Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. We have a very special guest tonight. Please welcome back for a part 2, my neighbor, performer, entertainer, Malice McGhee.
Oh, hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How's it going?
Welcome back. It's been a year.
Yeah. Long time.
How you been? I see you all the time.
Yeah, I'm everywhere. I see you all the time.
Every other
too.
day.
Yeah, all the time.
What I love about you is we almost have identical sleeping schedules.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I can only kick it with people that have that same schedule.
Because sometimes I wake up and I go to Starbucks, because we won't disclose what Starbucks.
Yeah.
But it's 5 p.m. and then I see you and Ramirez walking and I go, oh, she just woke up too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And we say good morning to each
And
other
I say,
at 5
good morning.
p.m. I do that too when I go into work at night.
Yeah,
At 8. I
yeah.
tell everyone of my coworkers good morning.
Mm-hmm. Everything okay over there? Okay. You tell your coworkers?
Yeah, I'm all good morning. Welcome to the office.
So this is over at Cheetah's.
Yeah.
Are they similar to you as well as far as sleep?
Yeah, most of the girls are just waking up. Like, they wake up later than me because a lot of them work after hours, too.
Like, what does that entail?
There's
Like, what does that entail?
I actually, okay, they go dance. No, they go dance at a bunch of different clubs, and they stay out, like, really, really late. I can't. I've done after hours a couple times.
You need your sleep. Like,
I like sleep. Not only that, I just don't really care for the after hours environment.
what does that entail?
I
What is
don't
what is
do
the
blow
no let's get
anymore.
real.
You know what it is.
What does the after hours
It's
mean?
because all the bars close in LA, all the bars close at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And then what's everyone that's already coked out going to do? They need to find an after hours. So they go, usually it's like an underground, one of those.
It's like a rave or something? Or like at a warehouse?
Some of them are raves. Some of them are more like karaoke places, like Thai restaurant karaoke, like, but like after hour type, shit that they do. I don't know. There's some other weird
I'm
shit.
too old for that now. I mean, I'm not 22
It
anymore.
wouldn't
You
even
know what I
matter
mean?
if
Even
you're-
back then, if I was on acid or
There's only 2 reasons to go.
ecstasy or something.
Is you're single and you're looking to get laid, or
Yeah.
you're trying to get more drugs. That's the only
Could you
reason to
get
go.
laid at a warehouse after hours party?
I mean, sure.
Oh, because the girls at Cheetahs go.
Well, yeah, and a bunch of girls go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
some
that
of those
fun?
girls
Do they
are
have
looking for
fun?
drugs,
Is
too.
that fun to do?
I mean, back in the day, I would do it.
Like,
know?
I could just, I'm just imagining like techno, boom, boom.
No,
boom.
some of them don't have techno. Some of them, there's like some rock. There's one for everyone. There's some rock and roll ones. There's some like raver ones. There's some, trap ones.
How do you find the location
with
of these?
the people that you're into? You go through the people. You got you find the coke dealers that
Yeah.
you know, and then you find the people that you know.
Do you remember a movie called Go?
Yeah, I have it on VHS.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good
Yeah.
movie, right?
Yeah, it's
But
good.
remember, it's about raves.
Yeah, and I like those 90s,
I love the
classic
90s.
movies,
Yeah. Oh,
Well, I like
we're gonna get
80s,
into
90s.
movies too as well.
Right.
Because they remade Pet Sematary, dude.
Oh, I know. It looks cool.
I mean, but the original.
I mean, everything.
love
The originals are
Zelda.
always better, but I'll
Yeah.
watch a remake now too.
You
'cause-
will.
Yeah, I think a lot of times the people are honoring old school. So.
They can't remake The Exorcist.
And they can't remake. They can't do that, and they can't even though they tried, and they can't remake Lost Boys. They say they're going to do that.
Dude,
too.
that's
They
why I
can't do
dig
it.
you, man. Because
They can't
you
do
have this kick-ass leather jacket.
with Kiefer painted on
Dude,
the back.
Have you seen
David.
this jacket? It's a damn awesome Lost Boys jacket.
Yeah.
No one has it.
No, my friend Jesse painted it for me. It's super dope.
Dude, what makes that movie so dope? Because I just saw it. No, it's on Hulu now.
Yeah.
I just saw it again.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the reason why I like it. You tell me why you like it.
I'll break it down for you.
Yeah, break it down.
It is number one. All the actors were like around the age. All the guys were attractive around the age of 18. That's already, but they're not cheesy attractive like in the way that they do it on like on TV now. Where
Who's the looker? Jason Patrick?
Jason Patrick was beautiful.
I mean, how handsome, dude! He was handsome.
Kiefer was beautiful. Every dude in that was beautiful.
Yeah. And it made you want to go to the carnival.
Yeah, they made you want to like see other hot people like that.
What are you laughing at?
The thing is, they weren't hot like except for Corey Haim was hot like.
He was cute though.
He was cute.
His dialogue.
Yeah.
Like when he goes to the comic book store. I
Oh,
mean.
he was so cute.
And then who's the other Corey? Is there another Corey?
Feldman.
Feldman.
Yeah,
he was damn good.
They were all good, and the thing is
the Munster brothers, right? The Munster.
No. They were the Frog Brothers.
The Frog Brothers. Brothers. Yeah.
But that was Corey Feldman and another actor. I can't remember his name, but
that other kid was funny.
They were all good.
Oh
Everyone
my god.
was good.
Yeah.
So let me finish.
So who's the mom? Who's the mom though?
I can't remember her name.
Okay,
She's
keep going.
in so many
Didn't mean
horror
to cut you
films.
off. I'm learning.
I'm so bad with names, but so all the dudes and the chick like that played Star, what's her face, Jamie Gertz, like they were all just like such an attractive group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I want to say one of the biggest elements for me in a movie like that, where they're supposed to be rockers, is they got the wardrobe down so good, where the rockers look so cool. A lot of times they do cheesy, where it's like they look. Kind of like rockers, but they look like they kind of got their shit at, someone just kind of put that together. These guys looked authentic. They looked dope.
You didn't even mention the motorcycles.
The motorcycles were sick, but I don't even care that much about motorcycles as much as I'm a classic car girl. And those were dirt bikes, which I do like better than motorcycles. I really like dirt bikes a lot, especially riding the beach on them. Yeah. That's so cool.
What was your favorite scene in that movie? I have several that stand out.
I mean, I love all the deaths of the vampires were really cool, like death by stereo.
Yeah.
Like,
with the crossbow.
Yeah. So, and I think for me, it just has every element, because there's just like some movies that will be my favorite.
Yeah.
All have these things. They're sexy. They're funny. They're a little bit scary, and they're basically they're styled well. So that's what I look for in a movie. Like really, I kind of want every movie I like has like got to have one hot babe in it for me.
There's several.
I mean,
Star was.
Yeah, there is.
I had a crush on Star.
Oh, for sure. I've always loved Jamie Gertz. Like I loved her.
What else was she in?
She's in Less Than Zero, which is super dope. Like she's so good in that.
Was in
she's in so many other things, but those two movies are the top of my list for her.
Do you remember the scene where they go to the train tracks and they're hanging?
Yeah.
And then they all like, let go, Michael.
One of us.
Yeah, and they're like,
us.
Michael.
And everyone, of course, loves the scene when you're eating worms.
The Chinese food.
Yeah. Oh, so
dude.
I
gotta dap you up, man. Damn good movie.
It's just I like if I ever meet anyone who hasn't seen that movie, I'm like crushed. I'm like, we can't be friends.
If they were to remake it, how would you cast it?
It's not possible. I'm not even going to go there.
I think Ryan Gosling could do it.
You know. Hell no.
No, hear me out.
Hell no.
Malice, hear me out. If he grows a mullet, he could do what Kiefer did. So I'm thinking, who could play Jason Tobey Maguire?
No. First of all, they have to go back. They have to find new actors. They all have to be stuff that you don't know them from other shit. They have to be in that 18-year-old range. They have to look young. Yeah. They have to look good in a leather jacket with no shirt.
You're right. You can't make that. You can't remake
It's
that
all about
movie.
leather jacket, no shirt.
Yeah.
God,
man, you're like, whenever I see you, I think movies as well. Yeah. Like, because let's talk, because didn't we mention, this is a year ago, I'm kind of foggy.
We didn't talk a lot about movies.
I want to, well, you have a collection, don't you?
Yeah, even then we tried to recall some of my favorite horror, but I will tell you, like, I think people might be upset sometimes when it comes down to it. Like, my favorite horror movies are actually usually kind of cheesy. Like I like
Craig
cheesy.
likes those too.
I like B movies and cheese movies. I like trauma movies.
Like Phantasm.
Phantasm I love.
The Changeling.
But my favorite, if I'm gonna put it like on the top of my favorite
Brood?
horror series is Nightmare on Elm Street. Because that has everything. Like I was explaining before, there'll be sexy people in it. There'll be funniness. There'll be I like creative death scenes. I like imagination.
Dude, that scared me as a kid.
Nothing.
Freddy Krueger was scary, dude.
I started watching horror films like when I was 5 by myself in the dark. I never got scared.
Oh,
Not
right.
even Exorcist. None of these movies ever scared me.
What?
Nothing ever scared me. I wanted to be scared.
Dude, The Exorcist is horrifying.
Whenever people
I
say
can't
that, I'm
even
like, what?
get
She
through it.
puked. Like this girl like twisted her head around
No,
and puked.
it's just the priest and it was just scary. Heard the voice of the demon or the devil, you know.
I'm trying to think of I thought Hellraiser was really good.
The first one was dope.
I just didn't think nothing was scary to me. Like, I think the closest thing to being scared for me, it has to be shit that's like in outer space or underwater. Because my biggest fear is like
aliens.
More like Event Horizon type movies or shit like that. It's not like it's scary.
That's science fiction.
I know, but
what are you tripping on?
My biggest fear is
horror.
not having air.
What about Serpent in the Rainbow? Serpent in the Rainbow.
Serpent in the Rainbow is good.
John Carpenter.
It's not scary.
But they get buried alive in that.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't remember that part, but I think that happened. But I haven't watched that one in a while. But I mean, I love movies that has some voodoo shit going on in them too.
How long because you have a vast collection, right?
Yeah, I have.
How many movies you got?
I'd say over 1,000 VHS and then more.
You have VHS?
Hundreds of DVDs.
Explain to the viewers what a VHS tape is.
Oh my God, what? It's true. So
VHS, there's millennial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
these kids.
You do even have one?
Probably in the closet.
Okay,
you don't
have. Oh wow.
Yeah, in the closet.
Yeah, some kids probably don't know.
They don't know.
No, they gotta know. Back in the day, you have before CDs.
Yeah.
There was tapes, and before DVDs, there was VHS. VHS is just a tape but VHS is cool because you can get them for $1.
Do you remember Blockbuster Video?
Yes, I love.
I remember getting so excited Friday night, and we'd go to get a pizza. Blockbuster.
But I liked better all the underground video stores. Any video stores that weren't a chain.
Dude, there was one right there down there. I don't want to say the street, but there was one right around here.
Yeah.
No, let's not say some names here because I don't want to reveal the location here.
He doesn't want
I don't want to reveal the location here. We're trying to be discreet about it, you know what I mean?
The government's coming.
Yeah, the government, they're watching. It was over. I'm just going to point. Just look at where my finger's pointing. It was over there.
Well, once I'm inside a building, I don't know where I am.
But it was over by...
Okay.
No. Okay. But anyway, I love it because they had deals.
No, not only
$2.99, $3.99.
It's not just that. It's about they have more obscure stuff a lot of times.
And it's digging for records.
You gotta find. You gotta find the cool shit. Yeah, it's not like Blockbuster's gonna have all the shit that's mainstream that everybody else is looking at. But then also a lot of video stores, underground ones, will have like posters you could buy. Blockbuster might have had that too.
Don't you have a vast collection of horror posters as well?
I have some. I wouldn't say it's vast. I have a lot of art everywhere.
They used to sell posters there?
A lot. I don't know about there, but I'm talking about like in Portland, one of the coolest.
I want to talk about Oregon too.
One of the coolest video stores I think is still there, but I haven't been there for years, so I could be wrong. It could be closed down now, but it was called Movie Madness. And
What years? What was it in the 90s?
This had been going on for years up until I moved here in 2010, and it was still going on.
Damn. Do you miss living in Oregon?
I only miss really that time.
Yeah.
But you can't go back to that time because if I go back to Portland, it's not that time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when people sometimes they're like, oh, I miss this place, and they go back to this place. The place is not the same place it was when you were there before.
Right.
It's a new place now.
Is it true that back then they had the most strip clubs per capita?
They still do.
Is that true?
Yeah, because nobody is going to stop you from opening a strip club there. Where here it's not in my neighborhood, not in this town, not in home.
Yeah. Well, so what was it? What are the vast differences between the scene up there, like back then, to like out here?
Oh my God, this is deep.
Oh, no. Let's do it.
Question.
Was it good? You have questions too, though, right?
It's so good because
Can I try one of your popcorns?
No, this is for you.
Okay.
And everybody, make sure to ASMR it right into the microphone. People are into that now.
This is good.
Dude, it's so bomb. I just bought it. It's
Where'd
so
you
good.
discover this?
It's like sweet and salty perfect.
Dang, those are delicious. Craig, you got to try these.
Yeah, it's like crack. But no, so Portland in the early 2000s up until 2010 was a stripper heaven. I was treated like a rock star in that town. I think that any kind of alternative stripper was. That was like, you know, at the time, I can't remember if we talked about this before. I'm sorry, but
it's okay. It was a year ago.
Yeah.
Dude, don't worry. They have short-term. Yeah, they're not going to trip.
So Suicide Girls had come out around that same time, and I was never a Suicide Girl, but a lot of people were coming to Portland.
Did they approach you?
Yeah, but I was like, I read the contract, and I was like, that looks sus. I'm not into this. I'm like,
suspect.
I mean, for me.
Yeah, because they want the rights to.
I'm also paranoid. I won't sign a lot of things. A lot of times when people want me to sign something, I hide.
Oh man, you're right. Amen, girl, on that. Amen. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
I was gonna say something.
I know we've been,
but
there.
I just caught myself.
The pain.
But keep going.
So, anyways, I was like, this looks shady, so I was not into it. But then at the same time, there was all these people coming to Portland because articles had been written about Suicide Girls and stuff like that, and people came to the city to see this new fetishy type of girl. But I was like really one of the few girls that looked like a Suicide Girl working in the strip clubs, except for my other friend Rachel Reckless. Shout out to her.
Shout out to Rachel Reckless.
And she's just finished battling cancer right now. And
that's good. She beat it. Yeah, good. Congratulations. She did chemo, did the whole thing?
Yeah, she did that.
Good,
had an eye removed, everything.
Wow.
Just crazy shit.
Wait, what did you just say?
She's a beast. Had her eye removed.
She had an eyeball removed.
Because there was like some shit behind it. I don't know if they replaced the eye or not, but she's wearing a patch right now, and she's just a warrior.
That's a soldier.
Yeah, look her up. Check out her GoFundMe.
Is she okay? Let's put it out there in the universe. I mean,
I don't
help her out,
yeah,
man.
Put it out, yeah.
She got rid of her eyeball. Help her out.
That's my girl. Because back in the day, like me and her, like were like.
That's like your sister.
Yeah, I mean, you know how I first met this girl? I was in rehab at the time, and I was just walking down the street, and I had just, came out of the situation before we left off on our stories last time, where I was living in the crack house. I had been in prison before that, and I just.
Yeah, I remember that. You talked to those stories. You told those stories.
Those things, but I had just gotten out of those situations and went into this rehab up in Portland, and I was walking up the street to go to my rehab, and I seen her, and she's panhandling on the street, and like that's what I had been doing before, like we were both like little crusty punks, and I see her and she goes, "Hey, you want to come with me in my bush?" She was like flirting with me.
She had a bush?
She was just trying to flirt with me. That's her line. And I was like, "Oh girl, I can't no I fucked up the story."
All right.
She goes, "Can I go home with you?" And I go, "Girl, I'm in rehab right now." And she's like, "Well, come with me in my bush."
Oh my God.
And I was like, "Oh, I love you. You're adorable." And then like, I didn't see her again until I started dancing, I think. Or maybe I seen her at some punk shows around. But then I started dancing at a club in Portland called Union Jacks, and she was there. And people used to love getting double girl dances with the two of us. She was heavily tattooed, even like early 2000s. She had face and everything before just about anyone.
So, okay. So, I mean, I don't want to get too perverted or anything, but for like that, going back to the movie Go, like, there's that scene where you can't touch the butt, or like, so what does that entail? Like you can, is it like, it's like a lap dance?
Where I try to work at clubs that have a limited amount of touching. I'm not.
Yeah, cause I didn't mean to cut you off, but remember at our local Starbucks, within 5 minutes, you had like 3 dudes like surrounding you like
that was a unique situation. I'm not used to that.
But that was crazy, dude.
That was really crazy.
I was tripping. I was like, does this happen every day? Like one dude just came out of nowhere, and he just
that was some weird
he went
shit.
like this. He went.
That was some full moon shit.
And he touched you.
Yeah, no, that guy. Yeah, I was like,
what the hell? Do you know this guy?
I go, excuse me, and he's like, I was just checking out your tattoos. I was like, yeah, well, you can't touch a female without asking her first.
And then the other guy tried to be sly. He tried to get in through your Ramirez, your dog.
He's like, "Can I pet your dog?"
He's like,
"Can I pet
your dog?"
We're talking the whole time.
And then he's like petting. He's petting your dog and just looking at you. And I'm like, okay.
Anyways,
but go back to the dances.
So no. I try to work at clubs that don't have a lot of touching because I'm, you know, just like for the same reason I don't do porn. I like to choose who I touch or who touches me. I don't like just anyone to do that. You know, like I'm not judging. I don't think I'm stoked on all my girlfriends to do porn, and I think that porn would be awesome if
shout out to Asa Akira. That's my sister.
Right, I love her. Yeah, she's so dope.
That's a homie right there.
And like all my girlfriends that do it, they're so dope. Like we need them. I need them.
Hustling.
You know,
Making that.
Without them, I'd have to have relationships probably.
Yeah.
Because, you know, masturbation is like really lame without that.
What are you talking about? Masturbation's the best.
Well, without porn, I'm saying.
Oh, without porn.
Yeah, it's not as
Oh,
fun.
that'd be impossible.
It's not impossible. Like you'd get
No,
creative,
that would
you'd
be
get imaginative.
impossible.
No.
For me, it would no. You're saying to
If
use
you
your
go to
imagination?
no, if you go to prison, you'll get an imagination, I promise you.
What are you talking about?
Like when you're in prison, there's no porn. You start to think for yourself and start to create it in your mind.
I would try to draw.
You would get a boyfriend.
No,
Not
absolutely.
that there's anything wrong with that.
No. I would make a fifi. I would make
A fifi.
I would make a fifi.
Yeah, that's
Which
cool.
is,
You
I
know
think
what that is.
It's a sock. Well, I know how to make it out of a Pringles can.
Oh yeah, where did you learn this?
On the internet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but you could get all your supplies at Walmart.
Yeah, but Asa Akira probably gave you her.
Yeah, I have
Yes.
because I just used it. It might smell weird.
You pour a little bit of that in my sarsaparilla.
But that's good sarsaparilla.
No.
So yeah, I use this. Sorry about the smell, but I have this and I have another one. And then I have another one in my bathroom. Okay, I don't want to go to.
Keep that in the sink then.
What do you mean?
Well, if you used it, you should probably.
Well, I'm gonna use it again tonight.
Well, you want to clean it up first.
I'll clean it tonight after I'm done.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm sorry. So let's go back. So you just blew my mind. You're saying you can masturbate without porn.
Tell me, what did you do when you were young?
I use my mind.
See, that's what you do without porn.
But my mind is corrupt now.
Now, right? It's a lot harder now. You have to it takes a lot hard. It's it's harder.
I think I'm desensitized.
We all are.
Because when I was a kid, I could just do it from my mind, and it took me 10 minutes. But now, it's like an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't just pull up a story out of my head.
Yeah.
If I know that I have the opportunity to get porn, I'd rather use that than try to create something and then hold on to the vision in my mind.
So you'd watch it too?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
You watch it?
Yeah.
But not how I watch it. You don't do it on the phone. No, you don't do it. Not with the. I have a heater. I use a heater. You don't use a heater.
I usually use my TV and a Hitachi wand.
Okay, hold up. What the hell is a Hitachi wand?
Oh, come on. The magic wand, Hitachi wand.
What? Just please describe. Please.
Exactly like this, and it just vibrates. It's all. I don't even have to take my pants off.
AA batteries?
No, it's plugs in the wall, so it's plugged in. It's all.
Is this a common occurrence amongst females? They have stuff like this?
Actually, it's not as common as I would think because I talk to my coworkers a lot, and they're not really about that life. There's a few that are.
Right, but how much are Hitachis?
They're like $100. So I think they're cheaper now. They're probably like 50 now, and they come in different sizes now.
Now we mentioned the Fifi, right?
Yeah.
Is there a female version of the Fifi?
I mean, those are dildos.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
homemade. If you didn't have.
Homemade, probably.
You got Oscar Mayer
probably
wiener.
just a girl would just grab anything she could find. You know, just a fucking broom handle or some shit. I don't know.
Right. So that happens.
I mean, I'm sure if someone's horny enough that anything's a dildo.
Okay, man, you're blowing my mind, man. Using your imagination.
I mean, I remember when I was in prison, some girls did steal hot dogs, and I'm sure that's what they were for. They were probably going to eat them after too.
Wait, hold on. I need a break for that. I need to take a break after that. Just give me a moment.
I mean, when they...
Wait, hold up. I need a break. That just blew my mind. Well, I just need a moment. Just give me 10
worked in the
more
kitchen.
seconds.
I didn't do it.
The prison inmates stole wieners, hot dogs.
And the officers found them in their vaginas. That's how they were stealing them out of the kitchen, is through their vaginas.
That's insane.
So every time we were leaving,
do you know about this man? I'm just looking at. He's vaping hard now. he's vaping pretty hard over there.
Every time we left the kitchen, they lined us up first and made us all get naked and bend over and cough, and to make sure we weren't stealing anything. And sometimes people were stealing stuff. I was just like,
Oscar Mayer wieners.
wow.
Yeah.
do you really need to? I mean, when I masturbate, I really don't need to put anything in there.
Yeah.
It's more like fuss than I need.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you remember what these females look like? Try to describe them to me. I'm trying to get like.
Oh, you're not gonna like this.
Oh, no. I am gonna like it.
They're typically just older women of all ethnicities. Just a lot of older women. Yeah, I would say 50s.
That's what's up.
60s, older ladies.
That'd be dope to have that in a movie script.
I mean,
like do like an American Me, but like
older
women.
I think they already did that on Orange Is the New Black, but I don't know if they did the hot dog thing. I mean, I don't know if this was just the prison I went to. It's Texas, so shit's a little weirder there. But
yeah, well, I know this for a fact that you didn't bring up the wiener story last time.
No,
and, dude,
I know.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
You just killed it with that.
Well, there's details in my life that I forget about until someone triggers them. That's why, like, people always say, "Oh, you should write a book," and I'm like, I would need someone to help me remember shit by asking me questions so I can think of things.
You know what? Why don't you do that?
Because I just told you I need someone to help me, like, remember things by triggering.
But we just remembered something.
I know but I would need.
That's a whole chapter in itself.
I mean, maybe I need a lot of this though.
Yeah.
Because there's so many like little tidbits. Like even.
You're a survivor, dude. Like you're still doing it.
Yeah, there's so many, like, I was talking to someone the other day that was like in their 20s, and I was like, and they were just in disbelief that I was 44, and I was like, yeah, no, I am like actually really old. And then they're always like, oh, you're still young, you look young. I'm like, no, but like I've actually lived that long, like.
Dude, your wisdom.
There's people that have lived longer than me for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, just the life that I've done is feels like multiples of multiple lifetimes of things already. I'm like, because I moved from cities to cities, and I just had different groups of friends, different experiences, like just all over the map.
Like let's talk about some of those places. Like what are some places that stand out for you besides Portland, Oregon?
Like, well, San Francisco is the...
Frisco, for sure, yeah.
Was the biggest, most important time in my life. I think it's where I learned how to be a respectful human.
Give me an example of that.
Because it's like the street punks there were of the variety of, like, you respect me or you get your fucking ass kicked. Like, you don't get to just, like, hang out with anyone there. Like, you have to earn the right. Like, it's where...
Is there a punk code?
There was there. Like, I'm sure now it's different.
Dude, that's weird because DH was here last week.
Who?
D.H. Pellegro from the Dead Kennedys.
Oh, cool. That's right. Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he talked about because he lived there during the 70s, like when it was popping off.
Old school.
Yeah, he's old school. Yeah. He's older than us.
Right.
So he was saying all these bands. I didn't know what he was talking about, but he's like, how he auditioned for the DK, and you're bringing that up.
Well, yeah, because it was like the punk scene was super cliquey back then. You couldn't just like get with anybody. Like we didn't like the group of kids that I ended up falling in with. They didn't like just everybody. They were the kind that they wore all black all the time. A lot of them were more of the criminal variety, and so they didn't just let anyone kick it with them because they
would steal and stuff.
They did some stealing. They did some just crazy shit. They were just
breaking into places.
I mean, well, we all had to break into places all the time to sleep.
Oh.
Like squatting.
Squatting.
So, I mean, that's not breaking into anyone's home, but it's breaking into private property all the time.
How do you locate a spot like that?
You just you could do it today. You walk around buildings and you see something that looks abandoned, boarded up, and then one of us would always have a squat key, and that's like bolt cutters.
So that's called a squat key?
Yeah.
Bolt cutters.
Yeah, so you get bolt cutters, like somebody would have those, and sometimes you didn't need that. Sometimes you could go in through windows or open panels.
Yeah. So
I
houses too? Like you find houses?
We actually did it in Oakland. A lot of houses in apartment complexes
foreclosed
that were either closed up or some shit happened. Like, I mean, I was doing that before I was even like on the streets in San Francisco. In Seattle, I did that too.
How old were you?
16 to 17.
You were doing that at that young?
Yeah. Before I was even out of foster care, I was doing that shit because I didn't like my foster home.
You were doing that like as a teenager?
Yeah.
Okay, but then how about bathing in hot water and... cooking stuff. Yeah, I'm interested. I mean,
when you're a crusty punk, you don't care. You know, like it's just like showering is like a
luxury.
It's a luxury, and like I think when I first got to San Francisco, like so in Seattle there was a lot of like youth shelters and stuff like that, and you can go in and they let you shower in different places. In San Francisco there was that too, but I don't remember if they had showers or not. Or yeah, they did, but you'd have to stay the night there. But the group of kids I hung out with thought that shelter kids were punks, like basically not like you're a pussy if you stay in a shelter. Like that was like, don't stay in a shelter, like that's super lame. And like for us,
even though there's then, hot water and meals.
No, because
that's not cool.
No, because we were like real survivors, and these kids were like, you know, getting help from churches in the man, and it's like, oh yeah, taking handouts, you're a fucking little bitch, you know. Like that's the way people looked at it back then, you know. Like so my first month in San Francisco homeless, I didn't shower for a month.
What happens to you when you don't shower for a month?
I didn't. It's not like I was sexual at the time. I was just a traveler kid, so I wasn't really getting, you know, anything but my own dirt on me. Like nobody touched me or anything. Yeah. But I was like, you know, probably I was.
You probably smelled a little. Yeah, you're probably stinky, right?
By the end of the month, I couldn't like sleep next to myself, and I did give in and go to a shelter after a month.
Yeah. What about baby wipes? Didn't they?
We did the what they call a whore bath, where you go.
Explain what is that?
Whore bath is like you go to like you know, any restaurant at the time, like, you know, McDonald's or one of those other places, and like
or a coffee shop.
You go into the sink and you give yourself a little soap bath, sponge bath, you know, like clean everything up like that.
Dude, I've smelt that smell.
Yeah, it's
around
very
here.
Distinct. Yeah.
It's a distinct smell, and when you walk in after someone did that, it feels warm, and it smells like poo.
Yeah, well,
BO.
I mean,
everything bad.
It's pretty.
So
bad.
that's what that is.
Yeah.
And it's wet on the ground.
Yeah.
So they're like but they get naked too, right?
I mean, I didn't do that,
but so, I bet you some dudes do.
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot. Because
I saw their footprints.
Yeah. Some people, you know, have all sorts of shit they got to clean up.
So that's called a whore bath?
I mean, they call it, I don't know.
A bird bath?
Now. Yeah, it could be that. But
that's crazy.
But then.
Yeah.
So that was only one time for me, because I was like, oh, I can't admit that I went to this place and like took a shower, you know, like my friends will be like, ooh, really? Like, it's not like they would know.
Well, like, you smell clean?
They probably wouldn't have liked that. Yeah, they would have judged.
Like, where's the dirt?
You know? Yeah. But then I figured out it's not so much that I smelled clean, but just the fact that I took the help from that and I didn't find another way to get it.
Oh,
so this is what I came up with, my new plan. So in San Francisco in the 90s, I don't know if they have these. I'm sure they have to have a system like this somewhere where, so there's all these like 6th and Market Street is where all the crackheads were at the time. And there was like a bunch of those little like Indian run hotels, and like they rented sometimes hourly or something, and all the showers were in the hallway. And so like you get buzzed in, and like people pay for a room, and then they go in wherever to the whatever room. So what I started doing is when I would stand behind some people that were getting buzzed in, and then I would just like tightly walk behind them. And then when they would go to their room, I would break off and go to the shower that was in the hallway.
Were there stalls?
They were just like, is this like a shower room? Is this like you go in there, there's like a bathroom and a shower. And
Can you lock the door?
You can lock the door. The only thing is, in these crackhead hotels, you had to bring your own light bulb a lot of times, because the crackheads would steal the light bulbs to smoke their crack. So a lot of times you go in there and it's like pitch black dark. And of course I can't go complain to the people that run the building, because they'll be like, which room are you in? And I'd be like,
yeah.
You know.
So did they provide soap, or did you have to bring that as well?
I brought my own stuff. You have to bring all your own stuff.
So how'd you obtain these items? Like,
I mean, I panhandled, and I made good money panhandling.
So what was the average day panhandling back then?
Like $60.
$60.
Yeah, it was pretty good for me, but I would like spend most of it on heroin back then.
Oh.
Yeah. And then
how much on heroin?
I mean,
out of the 60.
Probably. I think in the early, it just depends, because it's like I did that for so many years. In the beginning, of course, it'd be like $20 a day, and then later on it'd be like 30, and then 40, and then 50, and then eventually I'm selling it, and now I'm doing all the drugs.
Yeah. And then what about fluids, and do you eat McDonald's or something? Or?
I mean, back then, I ate out of dumpsters.
You went into dumpsters?
Honestly, this is one thing that I'm like such a germaphobe now. And I was a germaphobe, honestly, before I was homeless. But when you're high, you just don't care, you know? Like, I just, like, when I think back on it all the time, I'm just like, I shudder. I'm like, I cannot believe I would stick my hand. Like, I lived off 6th Market. There's all the tourists, and they're just throwing away like a partially eaten burrito or like pizza or something. I would take it out. I still like, this is my like getting rid of the germs. I would take off where they bit. Like, that's clean. It came out of the fucking dumpster.
Yeah.
But I take off where they bit, and then I'd fucking eat that. And I'm like, to this day, I'm like, I can't believe I did that. Every time I think about it, I'm just like shocked.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm like, but I did it for years.
You survived that way.
One time I ate a slice of pizza that had actual tire tracks on it. Oh tire tracks. It had been run over.
That's crazy. What about... So
wow.
how?
But sometimes, I mean, a lot of times we, you know, spent some money on fast food. Like, I ate a lot of fast food, a lot of like, you know, I wasn't vegetarian back then because it's not like I cared about my life or any other lives.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of times those 25-cent home run pies are like a version of like those Hostess pies.
Yeah.
I loved those.
Yeah.
I lived off those. I ate a lot of ice cream. I ate a lot of those 25-cent, like at all the liquor stores, they had that 25-cent beef jerky.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Taco Bell. And
what about like danger, like protecting yourself? Did you have a knife or like?
Oh, we always had knives. But like the thing is, I think back then we kind of felt like untouchable because the group of kids we all hung out with were all violent. Like, they would all kick anyone's ass. If somebody fucked with
Mess
me,
with
they
you?
would fuck with them.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's like a lot of times, like, for instance, kids from Hollywood would come up to San Francisco sometimes. And
how can you spot them out? You can
it's
spot
so
them.
funny because back then Hollywood punks were all super colorful. And
What do you mean by that? They were fluorescent?
No, it's just kind of like how punks look in the movies, where it's just like super colored hair, a lot of mismatched patterns. Just like
you could spot them.
But we were all black, like we always were a lot more black.
So you could spot them. They stuck out.
And, the thing is, we, you know, they would always be like, "Hey, what's up? Like, want to get." You know, they want to hang out with us because the Hollywood punks were nice, and they'd be like, let's get drunk, you know, let's get beer. So they'd, you know, we'd make them buy us beer, but then I wouldn't, but my friends would like rob them and then kick them out of the squat and do shit like that. But like,
whoa.
Yeah, but I mean, of course I thought it was funny because I was like, haha, that's what they get for looking like clowns, you know, like.
Yeah. So, like, how deep did you roll back then? Like, were you like 5 deep?
I never was really that deep. They were the kids I grew out was hanging out with back then. They were all rolling really deep, but I was always kind of like off to the side because they were all really about drinking, and I was more about doing heroin, and that wasn't cool. You know, like even back then, it's like nobody in my friends group ever thought heroin was cool. I was always doing it by myself.
You would do it by yourself?
Oh yeah. I mean, I had, like,
well, wouldn't you nod off and stuff? Like,
yeah, I had one girlfriend that I did it with all the time, and then one guy who was like a ex-Mexican mafia guy who was just giving it to me for free all the time. That was like, he didn't want to sell dope, but they wanted him to sell dope, but he was like, he didn't want to, and he just gave it to me, and he was like my friend though.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, there's a documentary about. Didn't we talk about?
Yeah,
that?
I'm in a documentary that's San Francisco.
And then there's like a little segment with you in it.
Yeah.
It shows you going into one of those
the pay toilets.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Yeah.
So can people check that out?
Yeah. I think a lot of people.
It's pretty informative.
Yeah,
it's dope.
I think we did talk about it
we
last
did.
time, and a lot of
Yeah,
people went
yeah.
and watched that too. And so it's like called Black Tar Heroin, Dark Into the Streets, and it's like a documentary
it's on
in
YouTube.
the 90s.
Yeah.
Of like 5 street kids on heroin. Now, I want to say this for the people that are going to watch this.
Go ahead.
2 things. When those people made that documentary, they might not have been aware that. So they wanted to make it about young people on heroin. But the one thing about young people on heroin is a lot of them weren't just on heroin. They were on a lot of other drugs. A lot of them were doing crack, cocaine, speed, all sorts of other drugs. And then on top of that, since most of us were young with it, a lot of us weren't even that strung out yet. Like myself, I wasn't that strung out yet. So, like some people had on that YouTube video, I noticed like comments of people like, dude, like she wasn't even really like about that life. I'm like, yeah, well, right. I had only been using it for, I mean, at that time I'd been using it for years, but I kept leaving San Francisco and going and doing meth for a while, or going and doing just drinking for a while, or just switching drugs all the time so I wouldn't get addicted.
Yeah.
Which kind of worked as far as getting addicted to one drug specifically. I just did everything. But then, you know, the documentary doesn't film like the end of my addiction, which is like, you know, methadone in Texas, crack house, plus doing heroin, Xanax, Klonopin, and then it doesn't show how bad it gets in the end. I was still cute and young in the beginning of in that documentary. They don't show the years later when I'm not cute and young. And they also show my mom in that documentary.
I know, I remember. Even at her house, like in the living room.
There's also people comment, they're like, oh, she left her suburban home and whatever. I'm like, okay. It's so
go
hard.
ahead, speak out.
It's like so hard to like listen to people say that, because like that was like one of the few times my mom actually had a home. Like a lot of times my mom was on and off the streets. My mom was in and out of jail like the whole time I was on the streets. I was in foster care for a reason, not because of homelessness.
You have
but
a
for
sister
other
too,
shit.
right?
Yeah, we were in foster care for a serious reason, not for some little bullshit. So, you know, I'm not going to go into that because I forgive my mom for everything.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
you know,
for
like,
sure.
It was a different time. So
she knows you're good now. You're sober.
Yeah, and you know, it's just that was whatever. I just don't like to bring up stuff that makes her feel bad.
Oh yeah, you know? yeah. No, it's understandable. Yeah.
But yeah. So it's like, you know, I hate that people think. So my mom had a good boyfriend at the time, and so like I left like my great like comfortable home to be homeless. I was like, I was kicked out of foster care at 17. I did not live with her, and she didn't have anywhere for me to live at. A couple times when I got kicked out of foster care, my mom did have somewhere for me to stay, and I remember I tried staying with her a few times, but I still had too much resentment from my childhood, and we fought too much. So
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
So
now the viewers know. How do you deal with since you brought that up? Like, how do you deal with the trolls and the negative comments just on social media?
I usually ignore and block everyone, and I try not to respond to shit on YouTube that is not like about me, anyways. It's usually. Like because there's a lot of hate on those videos.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah,
I deal with it.
People
too.
are like, those fucking junkies should have died. They're fucking disgusting, despicable humans, and all this shit. And it's like, wow. But the thing is, usually it's like those people had some family member that fucked them over that was a junkie, or some junkie fucked them over, or they just are some person that's never experienced addiction and they don't understand it. They have their own issues, and they don't know that like it's a disease like any other, and it's not like.
Have you ever commented on someone else's YouTube?
Someone else's? Not
yeah,
really.
where you type something out?
Not unless I'm saying something positive, really. Like, I don't really care to, like...
Why do you think people do that?
Some people just don't have any control in their own lives, I feel. And it's like the one place they can have a voice, you know?
You know what bothers me? Is when someone says, oh, the Steebee Weebee Show, this thing is still going on.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And it's just like... my defense, like, you don't have to watch it. Then
Well,
just
yeah.
don't watch my stuff.
Also,
go to someone else's. I don't care.
Also, like, how loser of them to go out of their way to
it
make
initially
a
hurts
comment.
me. It hurts me.
But still, like, imagine the level of loser they have to be to go on to a YouTube channel and comment that.
I've only done thumbs up.
Yeah, same.
I've never done a thumbs down.
Yeah, no.
That's the furthest I'll go. Or something positive, like, hey, that's cool, man.
Yeah. I think I did comment one time on one, what is that chick, the super conservative Republican commentator, blonde girl, young, she's kind of hot. No, she's like...
Not Meghan McCain?
She's really angry all the time. No, it's the younger Tom. Yeah, that one. I'm Tommy Lauren. I might have made a comment on one of her pages once.
Okay, that's fine.
Or it was a video that was saying something about her.
Yeah.
But it was basically her talking shit about like women shouldn't do protest. Something about women don't need to do anything for equal rights anymore because for this, and this.
Yeah.
I can't remember the whole situation, but it was something along the lines. I was just like, okay, but like, it's like she forgot that the reason why women got rights in the first place is because they did protest. And I was like, it just like, I'm not a person that's into protesting anymore.
Yeah.
I did back in the day, but now I'm so nihilistic and kind of what's another word like nihilistic? I basically apathetic.
Apathetic.
And I know it's horrible.
Yeah.
But it's just like I feel like sometimes I got caught up in caring too much at times, and that's like part of the thing that triggers me wanting to get loaded. So I don't really get involved in stuff that triggers me like that anymore.
How many years you got clean now?
18 for real this time.
18.
Not like last time where I said 18, but I didn't do the math right.
I'm going on 11.
Yeah.
I'm going on 11.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, I'm no good. I mean, you could ask him. I was no good as a drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you seen him in his drinking?
Oh,
time?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I was creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty creepy.
Wait, you were creepier than
I would
now?
just go to bar. Yeah, I'm pretty creepy now, but I was way creepier back then. I would actually go to bars and just like, I would just be drinking by myself, like just trying to pick up on girls. I mean, it would never work, but I would just be like, hey, what's up? Yeah, you come here often? You know, I would just say the wrong things, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you did all right, though.
I'm still creepy, but I'm just creepy by myself. I don't do it in public. I'm creepy. I have a girlfriend too, so I have 3 years with my girl. You know,
so you're not
I can't really technically
creepy.
be creepy.
You got a
Exactly.
girlfriend now.
Yeah.
She's into it.
She embraces my creepiness.
See?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I'm creepy too.
You can comment below. I don't care. You know, just join my Patreon. If you talk all this stuff, just at least be a patron on my Patreon. Then you can say anything you want about me, my channel, my podcast, how the sound's bad, and how it's I'm not getting Steven Spielberg on, and my guests aren't important enough. And you could do that. I don't care. You know, or just go
start your own YouTube
start your
channel.
own, or you know what I mean,
and then listen to the trolls that troll on your page.
But the main thing about this is the platform. I want to talk about, don't you have merch and stuff, or what's going on with it? What's going on with it?
Where's the little envelope I gave you?
Yeah, let's I want to, this is why you're here. Well, I love you here, but it's part of the reason.
Well,
but
okay, so back in the day when I started dancing, I used to do photo shoots all the time.
Yeah, I want to show this to the camera.
I used to do photo shoots all the time to get people into the club. And then like just from doing photo shoots, like 9 different companies made Malice shirts.
Dope.
But it was photographers that I didn't own the rights to the photography, so I got nothing.
They didn't hit you up?
Of course not, because I signed something.
But that's your likeness.
Yeah, well, I didn't own my likeness back then. Anyway, so then I was like, I should start my own company, make my own shirts and my own stickers and my own things.
And what's it called?
Malicious Creatures.
Maliciouscreatures.com?
Yeah.
Maliciouscreatures.com.
And so these
support her directly.
Yeah, and
Can
these
I
are
show
just some
the
little
camera?
stickers that I made. Like some of these are like too X-rated though. So like, well, this one got kicked off Instagram, and as you can see, there's no reason for that. It's a blow up doll's vagina. Really? That's gonna get you kicked off? Yeah. No, these are all for you.
Oh, thank you. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just get it later.
This one's amazing.
Yeah, that one's just me at work. My usual work attitude.
That's amazing.
Work ethics.
That's a t-shirt right
that's a t-shirt. I already have a t-shirt of most of these. Or of this one. And this one's a t-shirt like the old seditionaries. Yeah, you probably can't. It's nipples.
Okay,
and
I can't show this one.
I never had that one on Instagram because I know that.
Okay, this I can't show.
Yeah,
this one.
you can't show that
I can't show
one.
this, yeah.
That's the logo.
Dude, that's like Blade Runner.
No, but the logo is, and I always give credit where I get my designs from. The logo is like from Plasmatics. It's a punk band that I loved in the 80s. It's one of my favorite bands. If anybody knows, Wendy O. Williams is obviously a person I emulate.
Can I have this one too?
Those are all for you. This whole thing is you.
That's
me in high school. That's me in high school. That's me 16 years old.
Dude.
Yeah.
Can I get a gray one too?
Yeah.
Okay, you want this one?
Yeah. And those are all the same.
This reminds me of Nauseomatic.
So in high
This
school.
reminds me of Nauseomatic, but it's like the rapper Nas.
Oh, yeah.
But this is like a whole different thing.
This is back then I was really into I look like a hippie, but I was into serial killers. So that was like my Manson. That was my Manson phase.
So, dude, this is awesome.
I was selling and using acid almost every day back then.
That's what's up. And then you came.
Yeah.
So where could people get some of this cool merch?
You already said.
Oh, Malicious Creatures.
Yeah, there you go.
Maliciouscreatures.com.
And there's a girl named Chelsea did these of my booty. Little booty.
There
And
you
then
go.
Here's the patch that I thought you'd like. I have other patches, but
Oh.
it says I, like the all seeing I don't care.
Some Illuminati.
Yeah, right? Because we're naughty.
Boom.
Naughty.
So what do you have on the site? Like
A lot of shirts, patches, pins. There is a part of the site that's starting to open up as like a Malice's Closet where people can buy my used clothes.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Dirty panties. No.
Yeah, no.
I mean, maybe.
So when is that going to be implemented?
It's just started, but there's only like one thing I think right now. I think there's going to be more stuff soon.
Dope.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
So definitely maliciouscreatures.com.
Yeah.
Can you spell that out for him?
MALICIOUSCREATURES.com. But yeah, you can also look on my official Malice McMunn Instagram, and there's a link to it right there.
Damn, that's what's up.
And there's also an Instagram for
Yeah.
that.
Are you are you working tonight?
No.
Okay, you're off.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then that's still going cool. Everything's cool over
Yeah,
there.
everything's cool there. Like
Yeah, you get along with
someday-
everybody. Yeah, go ahead.
Someday, I'm going to write a deep, in-depth book about just the stripper part of my life so I can really, really fucking say the shit that I would love to say, but I would probably get fired for, so.
Yeah.
And also would probably lose customers for. So.
I probably asked this already. There's regulars.
I don't have regulars. Other girls have regulars.
Oh.
I'm not good at making people believe I like them. I can't even make people I date think I
Yeah,
like them.
yeah.
I had a guy living with me for 2 years. I was in love with him. He had no idea.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? How did that even work out? Like,
Well, because he thought that when I said you should have a couple other girlfriends because like he was a sex addict and I couldn't do it all. I was like, just like take some of the workload off.
yeah.
Because it starts to feel like a job if somebody wants to fuck you like 5 times a day.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Who does that?
He was like the type of person that was like
I can't even masturbate 5 times a day.
I can't either. He's like, at first I was like, oh, it's cool. He always has a boner. And then later
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he always has a boner.
How do you? What was he eating?
I don't even know.
Spinach?
I think it's the energy drinks.
He should be down a Red Bull. It's like, heck, I'm ready again, hon. I'm ready.
Like it would be
Round
like you
5.
finish and he's like ready to go again, and I was like, you didn't even absorb it. Like
Yeah.
I like to absorb the orgasm and lay there and just be like, oh.
Was he a super buff dude?
No, he was like a regular kind of skinny.
Skinny-
He was Irish.
Irish guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's why.
Do you like him Irish? You like Irish men?
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't. No preference.
Yeah,
I've
preference?
dated every.
But you like him innocent though, don't you?
Yeah.
Did we talk about
that?
We talked
did
about
talk
that.
About that. No, I
Because
like. I like.
What is it about that? What is it like? Let's.
It's because I think I have no innocence, and I feel that I need to balance it. I need to balance because when I meet other people that are as what's the word, tarnished,
tarnished,
jaded, as just jaded and dark as myself, that just then we're all gonna go to the dark side, like I date, men and women, and usually the men and women I date are people that are like positive. They like free spirits. They're like I was before.
Yeah, you like that.
When I was 17 and I thought the world was great and beautiful, and I they help me have hope.
Yeah, can you spot an innocent kid at Cheetahs? If let's say,
we rarely ever get them,
but you could spot it a mile away.
Oh yeah.
So what are dead giveaways?
I mean,
well cut hair, good haircut.
Usually, well groomed is good.
Clean
cut.
Polo shirt.
I mean, maybe
whatever. Yeah.
I don't think it's a certain style. I think it's more of just like
the look, the innocent look.
Lack of going up to girls and being aggressive. They're not aggressive.
They're just chill.
They're passive. They're like, you can't, like, an innocent person isn't going to hit me up.
Mm-hmm. So what does that do to you? Does it like, oh, that's a challenge?
Well, yeah, like the chase. I'm a predator. I'm not a prey.
So so you've actually cornered a kid?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you oh, yeah, hold up. I need to just. You've cornered a kid?
Yeah. So because honestly, I haven't had sex since like not this last February, but the February before.
Get out of
over
town.
A year. No, I don't really do it anymore because I don't see innocent people anymore. It's like they don't exist. It's like I'm like a vampire that's
Watch.
searching
What
for
if
a
there's some
virgin.
innocent people that watch this and they start flooding your DMs?
They won't because
like,
they're
hey, I
innocent.
saw part 2 of the Steebee Weebee Show.
No, because
and,
I'll know that they're not really innocent because they're going to be too shy to do it.
Right.
Like innocent people are shy; they're going to run away from me in fear, and that's what I get.
No.
off
But
on.
what if they do it on the internet? They're innocent because they could type stuff and they might be innocent because
maybe
you know.
we'll see. I
Yeah.
mean, that would be cute. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I
Do you like them young or like?
I don't really like to specify because then the people
Okay,
that
because you
give
might
me-
have a bunch
'cause
of like
then
18-year-old kids, like seniors, like,
no,
hey,
'cause-
I saw you. I heard it.
Well, that's
on
what
the-"
Yeah, I mean, I would like. It's 18 to 25, honestly. I just don't
Wait,
want people
for
to
real?
think. I don't want people to think that if they're older than that, they don't have a shot because
Mm-hmm.
you know then they won't come see me at work and they won't like whatever. But honestly, I'm more. If they look young and they could be older, or if they have a young soul. Some people are like in their 40s, but they have this like young soul.
You could say it.
Yeah, they still,
Yeah.
they still aren't jaded and
Right.
dark and negative like me,
Is it kind of like? Is it like an adrenaline rush when you get like, when you did corner one?
Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, like,
Okay, yeah.
well, it's like, no, I remember. Okay, so there was a while ago.
Yeah.
I'll say this one
Yeah.
scenario. There was a young kid that came into the club. He was there to see a band because we have bands there all the time. So he was there to see.
How
a band.
old was he?
I would say he's got to be 21. He's in the bar.
What
so
did he look
he's-
like?
He looked like he was like a very skinny jock from an 80s movie. Like he would be the skinny jock, but he had like some curly, like kind of like new wave hair, and like he looked very gay,
Okay.
which is also a turn on for me. I was like, oh, he's gay for sure. Like, and I went up and told him he was cute just right away. I was like, oh, you're super.
Right
cute.
when you walked in.
He was sitting down, and I was like, you're adorable. You're super cute.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. I'm like, I know I'm probably not your type, but you're cute. And he was like, he just didn't say anything.
Well, he was scared.
I think he was scared.
Yeah.
And then, but then, I mean, I figured he was gay, like I said, and like, so I was just like, because that's usually when I'm attracted to. I was like, oh, he's probably gay. But like, I was just flirting, and I just kind of, I didn't put it on too hard because I didn't want to really scare him. And also, if I'm not his type, I didn't want to really make him be like, or whatever. Also, he's at a strip club, and he probably thinks I'm doing it for the job.
Was he with his homies or by himself?
He was just a bunch of dudes.
Okay.
And then I was like, I said, like, because I assumed he was gay, and I figured, like, I was like, I know you're probably not into me, but I would love to follow you on Instagram because you're so cute. And he gave me his
Good
Instagram,
move.
and then I slid into his DMs later, and I was like, hey, if you've ever wanted to be cougared on, let me know or something. I said some fucking like just blatant shit like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm totally down. What are you doing right now? I was like, come over.
Okay, so let's talk. Let's go a little bit further. 5 minutes. I need to hear the rest of the story. So what time did he hit you up? Or
It was probably
like
after
3
2.
It was 2 in the
Yeah.
and then you. Okay, and so where did he drive from?
I think he lived somewhere in Hollywood. He was nearby.
Yeah, and then. So was it awkward when he right when he came, or was
No.
it just like you guys just boom went into it?
No, it was totally comfortable. The only thing side eye about the whole situation is he turned out not to be as innocent as I thought. Like, and this is what I mean. It turned out he had a similar past history as me, and he just did all that shit way younger. And I was like, wow, you look so innocent. And you come across so innocent. Like you.
When did you realize that? Did he have like
Well,
his
he told me.
like a
We
tattoo on his
started
penis?
talking. No. We started talking, and the thing is like it's not like that's a total boner killer for me, but it was
Yeah.
kind of just like, oh,
He's not.
oh,
It was.
well,
It was kind of a boner killer.
a little. I was just kind of like, oh, you're not so shy and innocent after all. Okay,
Just like any other guy, huh?
not like any other, but it's
Well-
like it's like kind of like slightly deceitful.
It was deceitful.
Not really. It's not
Yeah.
his fault that he looks innocent and he's not.
So it's just a one-shot thing.
Well, everything's a one-shot thing anyway.
What?
I'm not trying to have no
Oh,
relationship.
right. So you just did he try to contact you after?
I mean, we still saw each other around like town and high-fived each other. We were so cool. He wasn't trying to date either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's a boner killer for sure, right?
Yeah, for both of us.
Yeah,
I
just
think
like-
I think what it honestly is I'm attracted to more of like a female submissive energy. So it doesn't matter if they're female or male or whatever gender, any gender. It's just I go for the ones that are more passive. I don't like people aggressing towards me really. Like I would like it's like one of those things is like I want people to find me at the same time, but I don't like if they're too pushy,
Yeah.
then I'm fuck you.
it'd be funny after once this airs.
Mm-hmm.
Like a month later, you have like 10 guys like in the front row. They're all young guys, like in like preppy shirts, and like, yeah, we saw you on the Steebee Weebee Show.
I'm gonna be into it a little bit.
Has that happened?
No.
Okay, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
Like every time I've ever like, it's really hard for me to meet people. I keep thinking I probably am gonna have to go to college just to do that.
Wait, dude, you're gonna do that?
Because that's where all the innocent people are. They're
So
not
you
at the
go to
strip
USC?
club.
You go to USC?
I mean, that's where do you think I should hunt them? That's
I don't know.
Because I have to hunt them. It's not like
you have to hunt them.
yeah, because I'm not gonna let them just hunt me. I don't like that. I have to do it. I
You
have
could probably
to do
just
the
go
hunting.
to a dorm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Damn, there you go. All right. Do your thing. Do you, you know? It's all good.
If I can be hunted.
Look, you don't know. That could be their best day of their life. Like, oh my God.
I mean, that's
you
what I
know?
hope for.
Right?
But you know.
So if your kids are watching this and you're in college, UCLA, USC,
you know,
Cal Arts, whatever,
right.
and you
You
see
need some
my
cougar.
homegirl walking around, say hi.
Yeah, and I'm into the ladies too, but it's a boner killer for me if they're not really bisexual. Sometimes, like I can deal with it, but I like, or at least don't be mad because I do both. That's what I don't. Like.
Don't judge her.
Yeah, don't judge for
Yeah.
me doing both. That's all I don't.
Yeah.
Like. Because some people frown upon the bisexuals, you know. But I've been that way my
No,
whole life.
come
I'm not
on.
changing. I'm not
It's almost
picking a
2020,
team.
you
I'm not
know?
picking a team. No one's
Yeah.
gonna get me to pick a team, and I can clip these nails. Okay.
Mhm. Oh, okay. Oh, I got that. I got
Right.
that. Okay. That just flew by.
Yeah.
Now, I want to plug more of your stuff. Where can people check you out if they want to come support you? And
I mean, I love people to come see me at work. That's my favorite.
So
'cause
let's
I really
plug
like
that.
I really like to flirt and have fun, and I'm like entertainer 100% on stage. I like to pole dance for everyone that comes in. So Cheetahs, I'm usually there Wednesday.
that's
through
East. That's kind of Silver Lake.
Silver Lake, yeah. So
Cheetahs in Silver Lake.
I'm usually at Cheetahs Wednesday through Saturday, 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. But this Saturday I'm doing Ellis Mania, so I won't be there.
What's that?
Ellis Mania, we talked about this before. He has this is another podcast guy who he is a MMA skateboarder, old school guy, like Australian, and he puts on. So this will be a bunch of boxing or fight matches. I can't remember if it's boxing or MMA we're doing this time.
Yeah.
But he has his fans do it too, so they come and fight some
that's
people.
cool.
And then there's also going to be a racetrack there. There's going to be race car drivers, some
Cool.
shit in Pomona, I think.
Yeah.
But if you're into Ellis Mania, or if you know anything about Jason Ellis, you should check out his events are amazing.
Cool. How do they? Is there a website for that as well? or?
Yeah, if you look up, just go to Wolfmate's Instagram, and he has connections to everything. Because I highly encourage people to like go to Ellis Mania or see what it's about, because it's hilarious. Like
How much to attend? Like,
I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't.
Well, they can look that up.
You got to go to his page, because he's the homie, and he just has like cool skateboarding, fighting, wrestling,
all for the fun stuff. Yeah. Maliciouscreatures.com. Maliciouscreatures.com.
Just look at it.
Yeah, malicious. Let's flash that.
Yeah.
Maliciouscreatures.com. Buy everything at the site.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can wear my titties.
Yep, that's right. I love this. Man, mad love, dude. That's the homie right there. I gotta do a couple announcements. That was a fun one, dude. Come on, that was a fun one. Shout out to the new patrons on my Patreon. If you want to support the Steebee Weebee Show and you still believe in it and you want to keep it going and thriving, go to patreon.com/Steebee Weebee. Make that pledge. I got to shout out the new ones. Shout out to Rubert-Bear, Angel Perez, David, and Dier. Shout out to anyone who bought my music off the SteebieWeebieBandcamp.com. Klaus, Birkin, Bach, and John Huang. So, and then if you want to follow the Instagram/QUANGOU, we have I have a new vlog series where people send in packages to the PO box, and I unbox all this stuff, the packages. And then if you want to be involved with that and send a package, send it to the Steebee Weebee Show at 1425 North Cherokee Avenue, P.O. Box 1391, LA, California 90093. Little Ray and I and Mongchi bandmates have a show May 19th at La Santa. Check that out. It's a free show. And
He should play at Cheetahs sometime, though.
Oh, you can hook that up?
You can hook that up. All you have to do is go tell them you want to do one there, and they'll let you do it.
Oh, we'll talk after. That would be dope.
Strippers and you.
Dude, that Oscar Mayer Wiener thing that you said. Wow, amazing. Live Q&A in a couple days. And this is Craig's movie, Hollows Grove. And that's for you. It's a gift from Craig to you. He wrote and directed and did the whole thing. Hollows Grove.
Looks good.
Hollows Grove. Hollows Grove.
So live Q&A coming soon.
Live Q&A coming soon on my
Lance
YouTube.
Henriksen's in this? I
Yeah.
love him.
With that being said, there's no Lil Ray this week, but next week there will. Love you guys. Hey, another pound.